Finals from Stockholm, Sweden. Winner of this tournament will get a free ticket to Worlds this year, later this autumn. And at the top table right now we have Asger on your right side playing his IG deck, and we have Nikolai playing a
Sunny deck.
Sunny deck, yeah.
I'm very impressed to see Sunny on the top table.
That's interesting.
It's
very
going to be
much
extremely fun to play. See.
Yeah.
Just a slight correction from the last round. Asker's last win there was a timed win.
Yeah, it wasn't at all Nilo giving up. He was
that
showed,
was the last
showed
round.
how hopeless his situation was.
Yeah. So only 3 points for Asger. He's still in the top with 11 points. It's going to be fun to see if Sunny can do anything to halt this IG train that Asker's been running.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I'm really interested. I need to take me a little peek at this.
Yeah, what is this deck? What is this ID?
What is he doing here? Obviously, he's using his link to some
to do something, I guess.
To do something, it's got to be right. So what is in this deck?
3 underworld contacts, of course. That's standard.
That's obvious. So. And 3 off-campus apartments.
Yeah, he's running a lot of connections. 2 film critics, Fall Guys, all that jazz. So he's going to be hoping to install off-campus apartment early and then just keep drawing off that.
It would seem. New Angeles City Hall. Now, what do you make of that?
Well, it's his kill protection, I suppose.
But it won't save him from net damage, will it?
No, only tags.
Yeah, exactly. And these IG decks, they are not running any Scorched any longer.
So it's not necessarily an auto install against the IG. I mean,
I don't think so.
It's 1 credit only. The only tag is the snare, and it's 1 snare in the IG deck.
Exactly. I was rather thinking what he was teching against.
Yeah.
There is not a lot of NEH kills either around.
No, but he could have been expecting more Scorched, I suppose.
From Argus?
Argus, Yellow Scorched, of course.
Yeah, Sync, of course.
Yeah, Sync, NEH has been running some Butcher Shop lately.
Do you see that much?
Not
I haven't seen it in a while.
Yeah,
well, I play it, but I think I'm quite.
I've seen it.
Yeah.
So we're off to a start. 3 assets or 3 remotes rather from Asger, and then 2 street peddlers.
Yeah. Get you the cards when you need them.
Yeah.
That's also one of those really, I think, beautiful mechanics they've introduced the last year. Running really event heavy and well constructed.
It's a great card.
Yeah.
It can completely screw you, but it can also give you everything you need.
Exactly. It doesn't. It caters to a wider area of archetypes.
Yeah.
But it is exclusive to some archetypes. If you're running really event heavy and slightly lower on installable cards, it makes no reason to have these in your deck. So
Nikolai is running only 7 events, but only 3 different ones.
Yeah.
One of which is True Gamble.
Yeah. So here we see
Daily Cast of the Peddler.
It's a good thing from early going at this point. Get the economy dripping in.
Yeah, getting that. I mean, the source is going to do nothing in this game.
Yeah, no, it's useless.
So that's okay. At best, it's going to draw him a card off campus.
Yeah.
Scrubber, on the other hand,
it could have been good.
He has it in hand.
Yeah.
So that's.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. I see it now.
And there it is.
There it is, and those credits can definitely come in handy.
For sure. And he also drew the Sherman, which is actually a good breaker against Hive.
It could definitely prove interesting.
I mean, 4 credits, but that's as good as it's gonna get.
Yeah, do trash. No? Yeah, no.
No.
What?
Not even with the Scrubber credits. That's interesting.
Yeah. He already has the drip coming in. I wouldn't have hesitated.
I probably would have too. But maybe he thought he already has 2. So
yeah.
What difference is a third is gonna make?
I guess.
It's interesting to see such an aggressive start from Sunny.
Yeah. So that's 3 extra credits to trash the Jackson, and yeah.
And it did toss the cerebral static, which is not going to do a thing against the two.
Yeah, and protecting the Jackson in the
in the same action. That's
so that's 3 extra credits to trash the Jackson, and yeah.
And it did toss the cerebral static, which is not going to do a thing against Sunny.
No, it's completely useless. So Nikolai is contemplating his moves here. Alright, so drawing some cards and trying to find something. I'm not sure what he's looking for. Film Critic might be useful, definitely. And then he is actually running to trash that Jackson, it seems. There's not much chance of Asger using the Jackson at this point. So he trashed the Jackson, and did he not? He didn't use the scrubber credits, no? Or maybe he did and
I
just...
didn't see.
Yeah, no, I don't think he did. Or he did and he just refreshed them, perhaps.
Yeah.
For future endeavors. Alright. So another remote.
That's going to do some work.
He did install the Film Critic, and it's definitely the right call in this matchup.
For sure.
Here it's super useful.
That's a card that I've been missing on the other games against this deck.
Yeah, definitely. It can make those R&D runs so much more likely to succeed.
For sure.
Getting around the Future Perfect and
the Fetals.
And the Fetals, it's super useful.
Suddenly you want to make runs.
Exactly. Now, he needs to get maybe the Sherman online and then start running R&D.
I think he's scared of Komainu.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
he probably should be.
He should be.
But if he can get the Shrike online as well.
I can't see for the glare. What is that card under, Katie?
That's the off-campus apartment.
Oh,
so
yeah.
if Shami installs a connection there, he will draw a card.
Yeah.
He's running fast as well, so he has got the draw engine with the off-campus apartment.
He does.
But I'm guessing he's gonna look to use his Cloud Breakers primarily. Faust maybe early game.
Yep. It's just a way to get a little bit more speed into the deck.
Sure. Tech startup for the Mamba City Hall. So, well, Asker's doing his thing. Yet again.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start clicking that.
He's playing it like a robot.
Yeah. It's basically the same setup every game.
Yep.
Mambas first and then everything else.
Yeah. And whenever he sees the turtlebacks and the hostiles, they come online.
Yeah. Twitch chat makes a good point. Mills is going to kill that off-campus apartment.
It is. But I don't think Nikolai has a clue yet. I don't think he's seen the Mills in this deck.
I don't know how... Depends on how good of a... how well he knows this deck. And also Asger has no... Unless he draws the executive search firm, he has no tutor for Mills.
No.
So he's going to have to draw into either of those two.
Yep. So that's 2 cards out of 54. But as we've seen before, the cards seem to come to Asger.
With the Heritage Committee, he can draw 3 cards every turn.
Yeah.
For a click and just find what he needs. And also that gives, unfortunately, Nikolai more time to fill up his off-campus apartment with even more connections
before it's eventually trashed.
Yep.
So
that could prove fatal.
Indeed. So that's the turtlebacks. And did he pay with the Mumbais for that? I didn't see him switch any dice though.
Oh, he did. There's only 1 on each, so it's rest both the City Hall and the turtlebacks.
He was
And he
faster
hasn't done the switch to
than
the
Asger.
dice yet.
No, no, yeah.
So-
We know it's coming.
Yeah.
But
will
he's
soon be
still
switching
on
to the
paper
dice.
tokens. All right, so the daily casts are done, and we have a run on HQ, I think.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, that's right. Chad is correcting me that Mamba can actually search for. Yep. Executive search firm is an alliance card.
Mm-hmm.
So
he
he
can
can
search
click for executive.
and then search
Yeah,
for.
this is good. Getting rid of that city hall is
That's good.
that's very good.
And he hasn't got any museums online yet, so it will stay away for a little bit at least. Of course, he's running 2 or 3 of those.
Yeah.
So
It's also interesting to see Nikolai running without any form of recursion, and not even a
to be,
could turn out scary.
yeah, that is a clock in and of itself, because he will take damage. He will have to draw back up, and here we switch to the die.
Yep. Time for the dice.
Yeah. So it's at 6 credits.
And he had another one in hand of that city hall.
Yeah.
Maybe he drew it. I don't know.
It's
But he
it's
only
still
needs-
disheartening.
He only needs one.
Yeah. And there is the museum.
Okay, time for some museums too.
So 2 museums, netting him 4 more credits as well.
Yep. And he can rest them from free before refreshing those Mamba credits.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that Mamba credit should be at 1, yeah. he's-
So yet again, I think the way to play, no, maybe not the way to play. I'm not in this tournament for a reason, but the way I would play is to try to win out of R&D, especially with the film critic out.
Yeah, with the film critic out, that's your best shot, I think, because then you only have to worry about the shocks and the snare.
Yeah.
And
So I guess what he really needs is a center breaker.
yeah,
That isn't Faust, because Commando and Faust are not the best of pals.
yeah, no, they disagree.
I guess he's thinking about how much it would cost him to trash those museums.
Yeah, would you bother though? I'm not
At
sure.
this point, I might. The City Hall is probably the better choice.
Yep, because that's how he
But if you
gets
could get
everything else online.
Yeah, but if you could get the museums as well,
Yeah, of course, because the museum is just going to pull the city hall
Yeah.
back.
it's going to slow him down.
Yeah, that's tempo.
And I think he draw into another breaker there.
Was
I'm not
it?
sure.
It looks
Nope, that's a Sherman.
That's the Sherman, and
Yeah, no center breaker. No, it's two
the
Shermans.
2 Shermans. All right.
Okay.
Well.
Okay, that's the only cloud breaker he runs 2 of. That's interesting. I think Shrike would have been the better choice.
Perhaps.
Yeah, but only 2 Shermans and 1 Shrike.
Yep. And then 1 striker.
Yeah. Wait, Shrike the cloud breaker? Well, the Kogi breaker? I get those confused.
Yeah, Sherman is the
barrier breaker
barrier
for
breaker
sure.
for sure, and I can see why he wants to draw into that as soon as
Yeah.
possible.
Yeah, he runs Faust, so against wraparounds. Okay, here we see the mills.
Yep.
It's only gonna be 2 cards trash, but
Yeah.
that's a Katie with 6 credits on it.
Yeah.
And
No, that's-
Nikolai is down
that's
to
good
1
value.
credit.
It's really good value.
It's definitely worth
He's
it.
got the Underworld Contact online, so he will have 1 credit coming in
Yeah.
each turn, but that's it's not much compared to the Mumbai, the Turtlebacks.
Yeah, and that dice on 11.
He's got some HQ multi-access.
Yes.
Well, yeah, why not? And in this matchup, it is interesting because I don't think that most players will expect Nerve Agent, so
No.
they might.
No.
So for
So
guy,
Nikolai is running 0 multi-access whatsoever.
yeah,
That's interesting.
huh?
I mean, against IG, that's not too bad.
No,
But-
no,
but
but
if you
against a lot of other decks, that
Oh, there
is
we see.
interesting.
It's a nerve agent.
All right, so he's got some HQ multi-access.
Yes.
Well, yeah, why not? And in this matchup, it is interesting because I don't think that most players will expect Nerve Agent, so
No.
they might not keep.
That could actually turn out good for him because IG almost never ices up HQ that well.
Exactly, and they don't normally keep much of harmful cards in hand.
There's
They
only
rather
one snare in the deck.
and then it's preferably put back into the deck.
Yeah.
And the shocks end up in the bin. So yeah, in the archives. So
At the moment he's got a shock in hand, so
yeah,
but we'll see.
I think it'll be in the archives soon enough.
So 2 new remotes, netting in 4 credits.
Yeah,
That's an okay exchange.
I think that's fairly efficient.
Yeah, fairly.
That's like clicking your magnum opus and getting to install cards
It's alright.
for the same. Yeah, click.
And just like as if he was psychic, Asger is holding a shock and a snare in hand.
As if he felt the nerve engine.
Yeah.
Obviously, Nikolai can't know that.
Yeah. But he's
Earthrise?
gonna
Yeah,
spend
that's
some
right.
time setting up here.
Earthrise
I think
is
is
correct.
fine.
Yeah, that's correct play.
He's still looking for that center breaker. Because Kamaino's...
Yeah,
I would
he's got to.
suppose
He's got to expect it. Come on
Yeah.
now.
you would.
Draws into
But he's
some.
drawing anyways.
Yeah.
And taking 2 credits.
Yep. No, he drew into the short gamble,
yeah.
so yeah, that makes sense. He'll be at 3, and then he'll take a credit and use the short gamble, and he'll be fine.
Okay. So... Well, he's not looking for mills this time.
No.
He already used that and cheesing the hip.
So
yeah,
all
that's
right,
Jackson.
Jackson is fine.
Yeah, he's got nothing to trash with me.
Would you though?
I would. With the runner on 2 credits, sure. But he's not got that option right now.
No.
I guess he could have, but he chose not to shuffle mills back into the deck.
Yeah, he'll do that. With 2 museums online.
So let's see here. 2 cards with Earthrise, draws another Earthrise, and there's the strike. That's good.
Now we can see.
So let's see here. 2 cards with Earthrise, draws another Earthrise, and there's the strike. That's good.
Now we can see something happening.
That should hit the table fairly soon.
And the Sherman should really hit the table as well.
It should, yeah. But it's gonna take
because there are hives.
maybe 1 turn to... calling in favors. That's cool.
Yep, and then so now he's got the money now.
He's in the money now.
He's got 2 of his breakers in hand.
Shouldn't he just get him on the table?
Well, maybe.
Okay.
Well,
Well, this is dangerous.
he doesn't. He doesn't know that it's dangerous though. He
No, of course.
he probably suspects that it's a
Yeah.
safe play. I would suspect this to be a
Yeah.
safe play. All right, so
So losing the strike here,
yeah,
that's bad.
yeah,
That's one of the reasons you want to install
yeah.
against...
And he has
the-
0 recursion in this
Yes,
deck, so
0 recursion.
if he loses it, it's gone.
And that's basically the game.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, no.
that's good.
Came out of that right side up.
So sure, you wanna save your breakers in hand until you're gonna use them to surprise the corp, of course.
Yeah.
But against such a net damage heavy deck,
You
it can be a good idea to just get the cards you need down on the table before.
especially if it's a one-off.
Especially if it's a one-off and you run 0 recursion.
Yeah, yeah. The Shermans, I'm fine. He's got 2 of them. He has a good chance of surviving even a net damage
Yeah.
hit. But
And Sherman isn't as crucial.
well,
because
if he doesn't have it, a hive will lock him out.
well,
permanently.
he runs Faust.
Oh yeah,
So
right,
in theory he can break,
right.
but he can't break Kamaino with Faust.
No, that's true.
He needs to strike. So Asker's up to 2 dice.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
it
21
21?
credits.
Yeah.
That's a new record for him.
Well, he's got a really undisturbed econ engine on the table now. We haven't seen him get to keep 3 Mumbais and 2 turtles like this before.
So, is Nikolai gonna
More Earthrise draws.
please
Couldn't make
install
that
the
out.
strike?
Yeah, I have to assume that he knows that he needs to do that. He has the money now. What else could be a priority? If he starts running HQ now... I mean, Asger did nothing to signal that he was bothered by the nerve agent hitting the table.
No.
So...
I mean, he isn't. He wants him to run
Yeah,
HQ.
exactly. So, if I'm... Thank you.
That's good.
Thank you, Nikolai. That's definitely what you needed to do. Now you can safely run there. Yeah.
Well, safely in quotation marks.
Exactly. So he get 1 access
And
here.
if you can poke some agendas out of HQ, well,
Well,
surprise.
but then you can poke that out of HQ as well. Of
And
course.
my guess is Asker's going to keep that snare in hand for the rest of the game.
Now when nerve engine's out, of course. So yeah, that's... I mean, he's got another Sherman, so that's fine.
That's fine.
Um,
But no?
no.
Did he toss that one? He must have.
Ooh.
Well, highs just got more
Yeah,
expensive.
the hive just makes a lot of sense now.
And here we go. 1 hostile up. Free to rest with the Mumba.
Yeah.
Decoder gone, that's fine.
Yeah, I guess.
It's not the worst.
No. So 3 eyes deep on archives.
Yep.
Why?
That's the first time we've seen this.
Why would you? I'd go 2 on each R&D and archives at this point.
Maybe. Or maybe he just had the Komainu on R&D and just felt safe.
Huh? Yeah, I guess.
Or even the Hive.
Yeah. The hive
Even
is
better.
even better at this point,
Yeah, at
obviously.
this point for sure. But
Yeah. Well,
he's got 1 agenda in hand.
a future perfect, and that's vulnerable to the film critic. So if Nikolai could snipe that, he's looking a lot better.
He might just go...
I think I see a crick in hand there, and if you
what's
put
it,
that crick on R&D, that's looking real good on R&D right now.
Yeah. I mean, it's not too bad to break with Faust, but
No.
with
But-
Nikolai's draw engine
Yeah.
completely obliterated.
Yeah, I'd say that crick could do some heavy lifting on R&D.
For sure. So yet again, it's looking grim for the runner.
Yeah, we've seen this. We've seen this.
before. He's only a few accesses away from winning, but those accesses aren't coming cheap.
No, he has to fight his way through everything here.
You just keep everything in hand and run HQ.
I guess. Since he has no multi-access for R&D, HQ is probably a good bet.
And Asger,
And that was a hive, yeah.
Asger being who he is, keeps a snare and a shock
In
in
hand.
HQ.
Yeah. As if he knew that.
He knows that's a good play.
Nerve
It
agent
is,
was coming
of
up.
course.
Yeah. And what is that? That's something like 7 upside down cards? Looks
Something like that, yeah.
So
those are staying.
So you're not trashing the
No.
the snare. The snare is not going to get trashed.
And even if you do, it's just gonna pop
Yeah, that's
right back
something
into
like
R&D.
7 or 8.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. So nothing is getting trashed.
No,
And
that point is gone.
Yeah. So it's
So what do you do?
yeah. It's the
You
inevitability
you
of this.
regret tossing that second Sherman. That's what you do.
Definitely regret that. That's fine. It's fine, and it's
That's the access of global sec.
yeah.
Well, he does run security nexus,
Mhm.
which is another way to get past that hive.
Yeah. I
Just needs to get money, because as long as Asger's richer, that's not going to work out.
no. And Asger is at 17, and he has
It does have a bad publicity.
so many ways to get around it. Was that
The
the Ronin, right? He's
Oh, he's looking for the kill right now.
Yeah, I think that's the Ronin.
It should be, yeah.
And I think that's
There's
probably it.
no-
Because he's going to be at what? He
Well,
has
he
no
can-
Earthrise on, so he's at 3 cards right now.
Yeah, he can draw up to 5, but I'm guessing at least one of those are on bioethics. One
Mhm.
of the unrest cards there.
Should be.
There's no pavilion. Oh, you should not be installing cards.
No, that's completely... What positive
Way to do
7
it.
credits?
You can trash it for... Okay.
Alright, so you
Alright.
can play. You have to assume it's a Ronin, right? And he's at 1
Yeah.
credit, so he has no possible
Oh,
way
he
of
keeps
trashing
playing
it.
cards.
Yeah,
That's risky. He's got 2 cards in hand.
and he's running that.
Running.
He's
Oh,
got
that's one way to
7
do it.
credits.
You can trash it for... Okay.
Alright, so he could,
trashed
he
it.
could
That's
afford
good.
he could afford to trash it. Alright.
But it takes 1 damage and for the hostile.
Yeah, and now he's down to
fast.
what, 3 cards? Two or 3 cards? And
Yep.
that's another one of those.
And 2, and they're leaving right now.
Yeah. He's out of cards.
So he's out of cards.
Uh-huh. But he's still alive, right?
Yeah, sure.
That was 2 net damage.
At least 1 more turn.
And he's not running EMP, right?
No.
I don't think he's
No,
running
no
anything
EMPs. No,
except
no.
for the Ronin is the only active
Yeah.
damage he's got in his deck.
Yep.
The Neurals, I don't know. Could it be worth going up to 59 cards to include some more active cards in this deck?
No, you don't need them.
No, no, you
Not
don't.
when the lock is
Yeah,
established.
no, you don't.
Just do 3 net damage.
Mhm.
Ronnie can only draw 2, and
Yeah.
you're golden.
Yeah,
And even now, sure, Nikolai can draw up,
you can take 2
but
cards.
he's gonna lose 2. He can draw more than 2 since the pavilion isn't down yet.
Yeah.
And he's going to, I suppose, yeah, draw 2 cards.
Shouldn't he draw 4? Pass the turn?
I would.
I'd say 4 cards and pass turn.
At least draw 3 cards, because at worst he's gonna take 3 damage.
Yeah.
So he's got one spare click.
No, he
them
draws
all.
4. Yeah,
Yep.
play it safe.
And I'm guessing this is gonna be the bioethics or
Yeah.
the...
No, another hostile.
That's interesting. Why isn't he going for the lock?
I'm not
Does
sure.
he have it in hand, maybe?
Perhaps. That's 2 of the
I would
cards.
probably have drawn the pavilion there.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe the 3rd bioethics is better.
Why not?
The 3rd hostile is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Is he really that afraid of...
Of trashing?
Of
I
trashes?
can't see it. So,
Nikolai's basically just going to be drawing cards.
yeah,
I mean, what else can he do?
there's no other way out to this.
He can draw 3 cards, we can draw up to 3 cards and then
Mhm.
run.
Yeah.
So he's got 2 cards in hand, he can draw a card and then run.
Run what?
I don't know.
Now
HQ
even
maybe?
HQ is iced. And,
Yeah.
and I think Asger has the money to rest whatever that is. He's at
I
25.
do believe so, yes. 6 number credits and 25 real credits, that should be
That
enough.
should do it. Well,
No, I don't know.
I don't see many outs for Nikolai at this point.
Feels like we've been here before.
Yeah. This is a repeat. It feels like we're watching the same game over and over.
Yep. That's because one of the sides are the same game over and over. There's not a lot of difference in
No.
the IG way of play.
It's one of those combo decks that just
It's one way to win and
ticks
just get there.
to where it needs to be. It takes a few turns. It's a lot slower than some other combo decks,
Yeah,
but it gets there.
it's fast enough.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see if he has the lock down here. Okay, so what is he looking for? 3rd bioethics or pavilion?
either would do.
That's the pavilion.
Yeah,
right
that's
there.
the pavilion. And that should do the trick. 'Cause,
Well, he still needs the third bioethics to really get
yeah.
the lock going.
Well, yeah, but he's with two of them and the pavilion out. The runner can't research in any way without any burst draw.
Well, he can. There's no way he can draw more than 2 cards. So he's gonna be at static amount of cards. He's gonna lose 2, and he's gonna draw 2.
Well, if he has I've had worst in hand, they will trigger.
Yeah, but he will only draw 2 cards.
What he could draw in his opponent's turn with those. The 2 turns.
I suppose.
Yeah, so he could draw. When he takes the damage in the beginning
I'm
of
not
his
sure
opponent's
actually.
turn.
That depends on the.
Draw 2 if there was another burst hit by the.
Yeah, if it's hit by the bioethics, it draws 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or actually, he would. The way it's worded, during his or her turn, which would mean that he could draw during the corp turn.
No.
He could draw 3.
If I've adverse triggers off a bioethic, he'll draw 3.
Exactly. So he'll draw 3 in the corp turn, and he'll draw 2 in his own turn.
The pavilion only limits the amount of cards you draw on your own turn.
Exactly. So that means that there are ways, but it's
Well, it's
theoretical.
a very
It's very
finite amount of ways.
Yeah, it's very theoretical.
And we're starting to see some face down cards here. And he's running HQ.
He's running HQ, and yeah,
Well, it's cheap to break with Trike.
it is. It is.
And it's going to see 2 cards, one of which is going to be Snare. I almost guarantee.
Yeah,
Yep.
and that's game. No.
Nope, he's got more than 3 cards so far.
Yeah, but he can't draw up.
No, but... Well, he can draw 2 cards.
Wasn't that? I think he already drew 2 cards, right?
Did he?
I think, yeah. I'm not sure.
It doesn't seem like
I think he
As
drew.
just reminding him of the pavilion, it still seems like he got to keep that draw. So I think it's good for another turn.
Yeah, he might be.
What he did miss was the nerve agent token. He was supposed to access 1 more card.
Exactly. Oh, he should get the token. He can choose to only access 1 card, but he has to do so before he accesses the first one. You may access.
Oh, okay, yeah, it's like medium, correct.
With the nerve agent and medium, you get the token, and then you has to state how many cards you want to access up to the number of tokens you have.
And well, he's dead. He's going to be taking 3 net damage next turn, and he can only draw 2 cards.
Exactly.
And he's got 0 cards in hand.
This is done.
So there's really no way out of this.
I don't see it.
Because he's going to take 3 net damage for
I don't
anything
think
he crashes.
I don't think he's running any I've had worse, which would be the only way to survive this.
Yeah, he does not. So this game is over.
I think so.
Unless by some miracle he can win without cards in hand. Which I don't think is possible at this point.
That would be...
Win 3 side games?
Yeah.
I mean,
two-
Komaino is 0 credits to break.
Yeah.
So maybe finding 3, I've had Future Perfect in HQ, winning 3 side games. That is out.
Yeah, he has to run the hand now. I can't
no
see
other
any.
way.
There's
He knows he's dead next turn.
exactly. He's got to run the hand.
So he might as well
which
win
is-
or die.
Exactly. He's using the fall guy to get.
Oh, he didn't realize. Yeah, he wants to trash the bioethics,
And he
but
can't.
he
He
can't,
can't.
because
Can't.
he takes 3 net damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's starting to realize
How it's going
how
to
this
work
deck
out.
works.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel you, Nikolai. I do feel you, but there is no out here.
The out is taking 3 future perfects from HQ. That's the
That's-
only way.
Yeah.
Do it. And he even gets a free run with Jack Sinclair.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't have to break Coiner.
No. Exactly.
So, yeah, I don't know what he's doing. He draws some cards.
He's looking at 3 cards from HQ.
Yes.
Nah, that's
That's the game.
yeah.
Alright, so Asger wins again.
Since it was popular last,
Yeah.
and now it's coming back in a timely fashion still.
Yep, like he does.
Like he does. Well,
No.
we will move on to the reverse now. Nikolai will be playing Cerebral Imaging.
Yeah, it's interesting. That's a deck that we've heard a lot about, but no one's...
It's been a while since it was popular last,
Yeah.
and now it's coming back on
It's
again.
another one of these combo decks that are really hard to master, but also really hard to play against as a runner.
Yeah, and it did have its day in the sun when it was released. Won a few tournaments back then, and then it disappeared because people figured it out. Now, do you feel that the same will be true for the IG deck? Will people figure out how to deal with this?
I'm not so sure. There are no good answers at the moment.
Well,
Except
running
for maybe
running
Noise
R&D.
is okay.
Running R&D.
Yeah, but that's not a good choice. I mean, you're more likely to lose than win doing that.
I guess,
But it
yeah.
just feels like that's the only way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, there are coming new cards all the time.
Yeah.
There will be coming a resource that prevents net damage.
Indeed.
for
Net Shield
example.
is already there, but it's expensive.
Yeah.
Um,
But yeah, sure. I mean, of course, it's not going to be around forever.
no.
Someone's going to figure out how to counter it.
I'm basically asking, do you think that the counter is already out there? Or is...
Yeah, sure. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure that someone smarter than us could build a deck that beats IG every time.
Mhm.
But it's not going to beat any other decks, and that's the problem.
Yeah, that's probably true.
And I think this is going to be a tough match for Asger. Wizard against CI is not a good matchup.
One problem, though, is that CI is also really slow.
They are.
And we don't have a lot of time now.
And, well, they're explosive, I would say.
Wait, once the combo is in hand,
Yeah.
they win fast. But it's got to
We're
get
getting
into
a little
hand.
preview here of
Yeah. On the
Nikolai's deck.
Yeah.
And he's not running efficiency committee. Oh, there it is.
There it is.
So yeah,
Two of...
this is interesting. I've actually never seen this deck played in real life.
No?
It'll be fun to see.
Yeah, I haven't played against CI in a long while now. It used to be that you just had to...
Take control of the credits.
Yeah, exactly. Control the credits. Tax them. Run.
And
Make
Wizard
them
really,
rest.
Wizard doesn't really have. I mean, the tool he has is destroying ice, which is good.
Mhm.
He can keep R&D clear. I think that's the way to victor here. Medium dig for the win.
Yep.
Because CI doesn't really have. I mean, they have some good ice, but nothing that Wizard can't destroy.
No, definitely. And they don't have an... Especially since you can just knife or spoon or whatever and click. So you
Clicky
can...
virus, yeah.
Yeah, so you can deal with them even without drawing into your Faust or whatever.
Yeah. Well, he's running 8 ice, none of which is Byroad.
All right.
So,
Ice.
but this is an operation-based deck, which is also semi counter against Wizard because Wizard can't trash operations.
Anything. Yeah. No. Exactly.
But a deep medium dig is.
It's still
probably
going
gonna-
to. Yeah. It's
gonna
going to
win
hurt
the
this
game.
deck. It's going to hurt this deck.
I think that's that's probably what Asger's going to be trying for here.
Yeah. If he knows what's coming, that's definitely his best job.
Because Wizard has no real way to to tax.
He can't
CI.
really no, exactly. He can't control this deck in the manner that we saw in the last
Exactly.
game, where he keeps the deck out of options.
The only thing
the
he
CI
can
deck
do-
will still keep its options.
Yeah, for sure. These are kind of like IG in the way CI plays, is that it's also very solitary-like.
Mm-hmm.
You just do your thing until you have your combo, and then you execute.
Exactly.
Uh,
So, if you're playing Wizard, the only control, and we've seen Asger do this as well, but the only control element that he can get is he can have a sort of a lock on R&D, of course.
Yeah.
But
and that shouldn't be too hard to establish.
no, he's
seeing
running
as
two
there's
mimic.
basically no troublesome ice.
No, and he's running two mediums,
Yeah.
so he can draw into it fairly quickly.
Well, one ice that is problematic, and that will keep being problematic, is Turing on R&D.
Well, yeah.
The only way he has to deal with that is parasites, and of course
Yeah.
he's gonna have parasites, but
Turing doesn't get trashed by parasites, no? Well,
it does. Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Just you can't break it with Faust or David.
Exactly.
when
All
it's
right,
on-
yeah.
When it's on
yeah.
R&D.
Mhm.
So you're gonna have to trash it with parasite, or
Mm.
use 3 clicks to get in, and that's not worth it.
Rarely.
Very rarely. So Nikolai shaking his cards.
Hmm.
Maybe he didn't find what he was looking for.
I don't see any money in there.
So he drew 2 cards, I think, and took a credit, so he can keep 6.
Yeah.
And a medium early here could be extremely potent.
Hmm. Start that R&D lock.
If I were
You
Asger, I
have-
would almost mulligan for medium in this matchup.
Absolutely, I would. At this, well, he's been drawing. He got some money. Well, that he had draw in hand. He had econ in hand. Maybe you want mulligan that way.
Maybe.
Um,
But he is only running 1 medium, I think.
only one?
No, 2.
No, two. I think it was two.
Yeah, he's running 2. So
So-
he'll find that eventually.
He will. He will. He has enough draw in that deck.
So,
So
no
you
tap-
you got to check R&D, of course.
Yeah.
And then last click, more
More
econ.
money.
More econ. That's good.
Yeah. Ooh, an employee strike is gonna be also really good.
Yeah, it's going to really make it.
A well-timed employee strike against CI.
Well, yeah, it will completely wreck it. You just hold on to that, and then you wait until he's looking like he's almost there.
You
and
see
then
the
you
smile
play
on
it.
his face.
Yeah, and then you play
Yeah.
and laugh all the way.
But it's gonna be the turn before they score, because otherwise they're just gonna score away that.
Exactly. Yeah, it's before the combo is in
Oh,
hand.
he's got a medium in hand now.
Now we will see things. All right, so he's playing the
Already?
employee strike already.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, that's actually not
Yeah.
a good, not a bad call, because CI without its ID ability is gonna have a really hard time
scoring or anything, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, yeah,
Why not?
that's fine.
And
That's
he's
fine.
got the
And-
medium in hand, so we can start digging next turn.
Yeah, and he's playing Wild Side to get some cards and some more econ in daily casts. Yeah, that's completely fine.
Yeah. Yeah, just as the chat is saying, employee strike, just play it.
Hmm.
That's completely correct.
Hmm.
It didn't even occur to me that CI is not going to be able to score
No,
with just 5 cards in hand.
no.
So that employee strike is going to stick.
Hmm.
Oof, Nikolai's going to have a hard time.
Yep. All right, so he's icing up R&D.
Yep.
The right call, obviously. And he needs to get a scoring route. And with only 8 pieces of ice in your deck, that could be...
Yeah, and the only really annoying ice for a wizard is Turing.
Yeah, but
The
on
other
a
two
remote,
ice.
but on a remote, all of a sudden you can use David on it.
Yep.
So it's actually better on R&D than it is on a remote in this matchup.
And this matchup, I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Even though Asger is running a very finite number of David tokens.
Well, 2 Davies and a Levy and a clone ship. That's enough.
It will be, most likely. Turing is not very taxing on the David either. It's just the 1 token and you're through.
So Nikolai is holding 1 agenda in hand, the global food.
Yeah.
And I wonder what
Shipment.
he's doing to get out of this.
Yeah. He can't score global food in any credible way, I don't think.
Can no.
Because
Well,
he
not,
just,
not right now.
no,
No.
definitely not now, but I don't think he will get the ice. Well, of course, if he draws extremely well, if he top stacks the right ice, he might, but...
Well, the only out he has right now, the only way he can get rid of that employee strike is biotic out. Using biotic labor to score a 3-2. And then he can start building for the combo again.
Exactly.
Mediums on the board.
Some more money. First medium, employee strike. That will probably do the matchup here.
I don't think he needs anything else.
No, that's it. He's got
Unless there's,
wild side
Turing.
for cards, of course, so he can.
Yeah.
If he gets pancakes, that's fine.
Start running.
Yeah. There's nothing to wait for here. I don't think you don't need to.
No, but you can destroy Turings faster.
Of course.
So that's gonna stop it for now.
This turn.
Didn't see if he had a parasite in hand.
Yeah, I haven't really been able to sneak much of a look at Asger's hand at this point. So I think it's at least 1 piece of ice in Nikolai's hand there, but I'm not sure.
Two into the levy.
Yeah.
Still no parasite.
Yeah, no. Pancakes.
Yep.
Making that medium dig more.
At least he can run there once.
Yeah.
I don't think that's what he's planning to do, though.
No. But once he gets any way to deal with Turing, it will start being interesting. Of course, he can always break Turing with... No, he has no proper breaker for that.
Right now he can't break it.
No, he has nothing really.
No, no jogs.
No, nothing.
No nothing. No decoders.
No.
So parasite is his only breaker for Turing. Which of
course,
course he runs.
well, he's got spoons, so he could spoon it first click and...
No, he can't break it.
Oh yeah, the clicks they don't break it, they
No.
just bypass it. The
That's the
subroutine.
subroutine firing.
Yeah, that's the subroutine actually firing. So yeah, that won't do. He needs something to kill it.
Let's see if you find that food. Nope.
Nope.
He runs HU again. Sees
Why
a
not?
different card.
Why not? But that was shipment from
From Miramar.
Miramar. And
Oh, that has to
well,
go.
yeah, that got.
Why not?
And at this point, of course, Asger has nothing really better to do than to check HQ, right?
He does not.
So,
I mean, he could check HQ or he could draw for a parasite. And I mean, he's drawing anyways 2 cards a turn, so he'll
he's
find
in
that
no
parasite.
hurry. He's in no hurry. All right, so he's got an ABT in hand. If he can find a biotic,
That would be
he
good.
might actually be able to get things going.
Oh,
and there it is. There it is.
Okay.
This could actually be a world of difference.
Yeah, for sure.
I ditched the global in the bin. I ditch everything except for
Really?
yeah, I would not like...
There's already an agenda in the bin.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind putting the... I ditch the global and I ditch All right, install. I could even see myself installing the global, actually.
Really?
Just blindly, yeah. I just don't want to have it in hand. Asger has showed that he wants to run HQ, and he has.
Yeah, he does. But he's also going to check all the remotes, I think.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind giving up the global in order to be able to score the ABT next turn.
No.
But
you don't have to. I mean,
but by installing things in servers, I'm making him interested in the servers.
Maybe.
He has shown that he runs things that are installed, and if I install a global in a server and he finds it, he won't be expecting more agendas in hand.
Or he will be.
Oh yeah.
Thinking you're flooded.
That could also be true, of course.
Let's see. I mean, that ABT has to be... Yeah, he's scoring it.
Yeah. No, nothing to think about here. He has the money. There's no clot in this stack.
Finally, that pesky employee strike is out of there. So 2-1 in points.
And we're up 2 points. And this is actually the best anyone has done against Asger all day.
Pretty much, yeah. So his hand size is back to 15.
Mm-hmm.
So he can start drawing up.
Yeah.
There's still an agenda in archives, and that's the same old thing for the employee strike. Of course.
Of course. Well,
Asker's playing this just right.
He found a way to control the CI.
Yeah.
I didn't see it, but here it is. So I'm not sure how much time we've got left.
There he finds the Vitruvius in archives, so we're back to 2-2.
Yep.
And CVS, so no tokens. 14 minutes left on the round. Just needs to find that parasite, start digging.
So
Nikolai pointing to the employee strike, hoping that it'll disappear.
Yeah. If you point harder and more convincingly. All right, so he's drawing blue level.
Yep, found some ice. That's a wall of static down on HQ.
Yeah.
Where are those parasites?
Yeah.
He does run 3.
Well, as long as Asger isn't finding the parasites, I think Nikolai will be stable at this. But he
still
won't win either.
No, not at all.
He can't really win.
He needs to score out another 3-2 to get rid of that employee strike.
Yeah.
And that's
well,
gonna take
he's
time.
got the econ for it.
Sure, but he's gonna have to toss cards that he doesn't want to toss.
Yeah. No, he can't play his combo. He has to play a regular fast advance, really.
Yeah, and that's going to be difficult.
It is.
Sees the wall of static twice.
But if he gets rid of the employee strike now, it won't be back until it's levied in.
Actually, I think he runs 2. Yep. So
All
Asger
right.
could be, he could draw into the second one.
All right. And with Wildside online already, he will.
Yeah.
All right, so I think that was 3 HQ checks, and they all found wall of static.
Oh, he's got the second biotic. But he only runs 2.
Yeah.
So that's the employee strike gone, and 42 in points. And he has the second one in hand. Nikolai's freaking out. Yeah.
No, that's got to feel, and this is what Asger has been doing all night long. He's been finding this way to completely frustrate all of his opposition, and if nothing else, that will prompt play mistakes, and it will prompt desperation, and if he can keep doing this, he will.
Asger's still looking for that parasite.
Yep.
He seems to be a bit annoyed as well,
Mhm.
not finding it.
Of
He has to
course.
close out this game.
Mhm.
Time is running out, and
Mhm.
he's
He's-
down 2 points.
Yep.
And there's 3 parasites in that stack.
It is. And he's been drawing with Wildside for quite a while now.
At least when he finds it, he can bust that Turing right away with his sucker tokens.
Mm-hmm.
Finally, he finds it.
There it is, and that will open everything up.
Yep. So no more Turing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm guessing the digging's gonna commence here.
Yeah, for sure.
Sees 1 card and it's just a quandary. Sees 2 cards and a hedge fund.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yep.
As long as there's no more Turings on R&D and Nikolai does not draw into Turing.
No, I don't think so.
But it puts a wall of static down.
Well,
So
it's
that's 1
not
card
going to.
break.
Yeah, it's nothing for Faust really.
No, quandary and wall of static on R&D, that's not going to be an issue.
Mm-hmm. So we haven't talked much about Nikolai actually. He's playing out of Oslo. So he qualified through the same qualifier as Asger in Oslo, but he came in 3rd. So Nikolai might have played Asger and these decks sort of before. He might be somewhat familiar with it.
Actually, Asger qualified in Malmö.
All right. My mistake. He
might
did
have-
play in Odense. All right. So yeah,
Yeah, he's from Denmark.
he's from Denmark. So sorry about that. So that means that Nikolai might be clueless
Yeah.
to this.
So 3 cards out of R&D now.
Mm-hmm.
No agenda so far.
No.
That's gonna feel bad. And he's,
Yeah.
But he's only got 1 in hand.
Yep.
So there's some hiding still.
Mm-hmm. And
Let's see
he
here.
might
Is that
draw
an-
into that was ice, and it was what else was it? There was econ on top of
No,
R&D
hedge fund.
there.
So he parasited the quandary, and that was a nice run. So he got rid of the wall of static as well, trashing the Jackson with the wizard
course.
creds, and he's still got 1 run.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing he's
That was
gonna
the
have
second Jackson.
Oh,
Third,
3
yeah.
Jacksons
All
left.
3 Jacksons in the bin.
okay.
All right.
Well, that is ungood for.
And I
old
think I saw
Nikolai there.
1 archive memories in there as well. So I'm not sure how much more recursion Nikolai is running.
Well, he has no. It's only 1 arcade memory, so
Yeah.
no more recursion.
No more recursion online. And R&D is wide open.
Do you even bother purging here?
And
mean-
I don't know. I know why. You just have to roll the dice and purge next round.
He's used 2 biotics,
Mhm.
the only 2 he has in the deck,
Mhm.
and he's got no recursion whatsoever.
No, I think
So
this is over.
This is over. I
Yeah.
mean, the best he can hope for is just delay
Yeah.
until he wins on time.
Yeah.
But he might be.
The David is out, so he can't even build a remote with his Turings.
No, not at all.
He can't. He can't really not. I don't see any outs.
Well, I do
And
think
we've seen this over and over again.
Yeah.
How Asger is completely removing your outs. You have no ways of winning.
I am uncertain if Asger actually tossed his levy earlier. He might have, which
Yeah,
means
he
he's running
did,
on
he did,
infinite.
he did.
It's a finite amount.
Yeah.
But there's a finite agenda, so it's back to 4-4.
Mm-hmm.
That's another one. So
Yeah.
it's 6-4, and that's the win.
And that's the win for Asger.
Yet again.
The old-fashioned way, though. So Asger is actually going through the tournament with a perfect score of 16 points.
Nope.
No,
Only
sorry,
15 points.
Exactly, 15
One
points.
win on time.
That was a
But
timed victory last
undefeated
time.
nonetheless.
Nonetheless. So we are going to get some standings soon enough, and we'll publish them in the chat.
And we'll be back for the top cut. It's a
Indeed.
top 4 cut,
Yep,
and we will definitely be seeing more of Asger.
there is no doubt about it. See you in a bit.